Oh, big crash into the wall. Denny Hamlin and William Byron. Was it Byron who lost a wheel?
Someone has lost a wheel on the racetrack. The 11 was just on pit road, so I have to believe it was the 11.
Yep.
Denny Hamlin said, I blew a right front. That's what happened. And you see the right front gone for Hamlin.
NASCAR fans. Denny Hamlin's playoff march was supposed to be unstoppable. He had momentum, speed, and swagger. But then, Bristol happened. 1 second, he was flying toward a top 10 finish. The next, his right front wheel flew off, his number 11 slammed, and the world detonated. Officials threw down a 2-lap penalty, suspended 2 of his key crew members, and sent Hamlin's championship hopes spinning into chaos. But the real shock wasn't the penalty. It was Hamlin's fiery response, and the tidal wave of controversy that followed. And then fans erupted and questioned, was this just about safety or something more sinister? Because Hamlin isn't just a driver. He's also suing NASCAR in a federal antitrust case. And now, people are wondering, is NASCAR making an example out of him? In one shocking night, Hamlin went from playoff favorite to lightning rod. And he's not staying quiet. Let's rewind to last weekend for a bit. Hamlin rolled in riding high after his clutch win that secured his spot in the round of 12. Through the first 2 stages, Hamlin looked calm, controlled, consistently running top 10 laps. He grabbed a solid 10th place finish in stage 2. On the surface, it was business as usual. But as every NASCAR fan knows, Bristol doesn't care about your plans. Now on lap 384, just 16 laps from glory, Hamlin had pitted on lap 367, restarted on fresh tires at lap 373, and seemed set for a strong finish. Then, the disaster happened. Coming out of turn 4, Hamlin's right front wheel just detached. In an instant, his number 11 Toyota veered violently, slamming into his car. Sparks showered, fans gasped, and Bristol erupted in chaos. The detached wheel triggered the 13th caution of the night and even caught in the chaos. For Hamlin, the fallout was brutal, a 2-lap penalty, and later, the car was too damaged to continue. He was forced to the garage, finishing a heartbreaking 31st. In one blink, his smooth playoff march became a nightmare. So why the massive penalty? Here's the rule. It's right out of section 8.8.10.4c of the NASCAR rulebook. Loss or separation of an improperly installed tire wheel from the vehicle during the event. Basically, if a wheel comes off under green flag conditions, NASCAR doesn't mess around. It's a major safety violation. That's why, moments after the incident, officials handed down a 2-lap in-race penalty. But they weren't done yet. On September 16th, NASCAR made it official. 2 crew members, front tire changer and jackman, were suspended for 2 races, unless JGR chooses to defer the suspensions to start a week later. NASCAR's explanation: if there is a suspension that's not a behavioral penalty, it can be deferred without an appeal. The 11 team could have their crew members for New Hampshire, then start the suspension at Kansas. But for Hamlin, this wasn't just about rules. On his podcast, Hamlin unleashed his frustration about everything that happened at Bristol. He was blunt, direct, and absolutely fired up. Denny made it clear, he's not losing focus. Not now, not ever.
It's super unfortunate because we were the only guys on pit road during that time. So there was no indication, no heads up or anything if it was loose leaving the pit stall. But I'm not sure. I don't know if, I don't have an answer of how or why, but more than likely. I have no idea who's sitting on the bench, who's ready, and it's not even my concern. Because that's the crew chief. He manages the people. There's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? My concern needs to be on the things that I can control. Worried about, oh my gosh, well, I hope that the fill-ins or this or that, or, you know, are they young? Are they old? Are they good? Are they bad? You're just wasting mind energy at that point. So I just feel as though that's someone else's department to be concerned over. I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, and we'll try to win with whoever we got.
It was classic Hamlin, unapologetically competitive, laser-focused, and not backing down. But behind the scenes, there's been tension. Crew chief openly pushed back on the ruling. He suggested contact with Allmendinger might have caused the wheel to dislodge. Not pit crew error. Gayle said, "We don't know what happened yet." There was definitely contact with Allmendinger, and there was contact with the wheel nut at the same time. I've never seen contact like that before. It's a crucial point, because if the wheel came off due to crash damage, not an installation mistake, then suspending crew members feels unfair. But as one NASCAR insider noted, nobody from NASCAR wants to hear that right now. And that's when the fan base exploded. Social media lit up with takes, memes, and pure outrage. Some said NASCAR was just enforcing the rules. Others accused them of targeting Hamlin because of his off-track legal battles. Fans connected the dots instantly. NASCAR not wanting to hear anything to do with a Denny Hamlin? Shocker. They don't care. Any chance to F Denny for suing them, Gestapo NASCAR in action. It was chaos. For many, this wasn't just about a loose wheel. It was about power, politics, and the perception that NASCAR wants to make an example out of Hamlin. There's another layer here too, the car itself. Fans pointed out that the introduced car in 2022 uses a single lug nut design, which has a history of issues. One fan tweeted, "It was pretty clear the nut got sheared off by the contact. Would suck for the 11th team to be punished for yet another design flaw in the car." So is this about crew mistakes or flawed equipment? That debate is raging louder than ever. And as if that wasn't enough, just minutes before the wheel drama, another storm was brewing. John Hunter Namecheck got into chase Elliott, wrecking him out of the race, and claimed on the radio, "Tell the 9 I'm sorry. I got run over by Hamlin." Fans instantly wondered, would Hamlin get another penalty? But replays showed Hamlin might not have touched Namecheck before the contact with Elliott. Analyst Jeff Gluck said, "Somebody's got to be at fault." It was either Elliott trying to come down, or John Hunter was too aggressive. I think John Hunter hit Elliott before Denny hit John Hunter, even called it a bang-bang situation. In the end, NASCAR ruled no penalty, and Hamlin's sarcastic response on Twitter went viral. He wrote, "Say what? LOL." It was the perfect mic drop, and it sent Elliott's fan base into meltdown. Through it all, Hamlin has tried to keep his focus sharp. Despite the chaos, he still leads the playoff standings by 26 points with 3,034 points total. He has 5 wins this season, more than any other full-time driver without a championship. But he's also 44 years old, and he's admitted the clock is ticking. He signed with JGR through 2027, but hinted this could be his final full-time stretch. Every race now feels like a countdown, and that's what makes this penalty so brutal, because the next 2 races, at New Hampshire and Kansas, are tracks where Hamlin is favored. Hamlin's team insists this was a fluke, contact and damage, not crew failure. NASCAR says it's about safety, but to many fans, it feels like something more. A power struggle, a vendetta, a spark that could reshape the sport. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on Lucky Dog on Track.